Soundtrack to the love we make. Let your love flow and shower us. Let your love flow and shower us.
Alright, peace and love, peace and love. As y'all can see, I still have not purchased a holder. I'm gonna get one soon, though, for real. I think I said I found another one, but I don't remember where I saw it at, so maybe it's not found again. But anyway, and I'm gonna try not to chew this gum. I'm gonna take it out my mouth. That'll keep me from chewing it. Okay. So this morning I was up early, and I mean, it's pretty much my routine. I'm up and I'm watching like videos and, or listening to books and stuff like that. But here lately I've been watching a lot of videos. And I've been kind of dividing my video time up. I've been watching some about, current events. I've been watching some videos about, I don't want to call it prophecy, but kind of understanding, what's taking place spiritually right now. I've been watching a lot of videos on that. And then thirdly, I've been watching videos of live bands. Some of you, most of you, many of you know that I am a musician. And so here lately, I'll go back first, like back in my, late teens, early 20s, I feel like I was very serious about music. I feel like I was extremely committed, and excuse me, I feel like I really cared about being a musician. I was passionate about it. But then over the years, due to circumstances and situations, my passion sort of began to fade. And, dealing with life and things that I had going on, it really made me put that life on the back burner. My musician life was on the back burner. So throughout this whole process, I've always been a church musician. But it got to a point where me being a church musician was strictly for a paycheck. Like early on, it was, I was a firm believer, and I felt like me playing was just an additional blessing or point, in my Christian walk. The fact that I not only went to church, but I was also a musician for the church, So I took a lot of pride in that, But, dealing with church hurt and growing and, learning other things, getting frustrated, angry with life. It wasn't working out the way I thought it should have worked out for me at that time. It kind of put me in this frustrated place where, things didn't make me as happy as they once did. And I went heavy in other things to find happiness, from drinking and smoking and a lot of things. I just say that. I turned to some other things to find happiness. And but yeah, all of that though, I'm saying it just left me less and less time for music, as far as me being a musician. I did my producer thing, but even with that, I wasn't as serious about it as I once was, because I felt like I had missed out on all of my opportunities. I felt like, that was probably over with for me. I was angry about it, and I was taking out my anger on everybody. So, in the past couple months, I say it started back maybe, I don't know, it was January, February, somewhere in there. I was gonna have to potentially play for a group, an R&B group. We're planning to do some performances with a band, and I was asked would I play, since I was already familiar with the group and actively working with the group. So I was preparing my mind and everything to possibly have to play, R&B music again, you know what I'm saying, as a musician, not as a producer, as a musician. So it was like, I started thinking about that, and I'm like, oh man, I definitely need to be better than I am now. So, I started practicing, going, back to the basics, learning scales, and just trying to work my fingers out, and because like I say, the whole time I've been a church musician, but I wasn't like, I don't believe I was pushing myself, not like that, but as I started practicing, I started noticing that at church my playing was elevating, and I ended up not having to play for that group, but I did end up having to play for somebody still. And so in doing that, I had to learn like quite a few songs. And so I started doing that, and I mean, one thing just has pretty much led to another, to where now I've been playing with a band the past couple months. And I mean, it hadn't been a lot of gigs just yet, but at the same time, it has, like, it went from me not even doing this type of stuff and not even playing with bands and playing R&B music and stuff to, I've done now, let's see, I guess it's been four gigs here over the past few months. It's not a lot, but I'm saying I just been, kind of getting back into it. I mean, four so far this year is more than I've probably done collectively probably over the past 10 years. I don't think I've played, for 4 gigs in the past 10 years. It's been that long, since I've been involved like that. So this is a lot for me, as far as me getting back into playing, but I've been enjoying it, and I've been noticing that each time I'm playing, I'm actually playing at a higher level than I played the last time I played. So I've been seeing a lot of growth in my playing. A lot of growth in my playing. And it's just crazy, because it's like, I used to do this, and, I gave up on it. And now I'm back doing it. And it's like the feeling that I'm having while I'm playing, and you know, like I'm enjoying it. And I mean, I even got another phone call last night about one for for Saturday, this coming Saturday. You know, like the other ones have been like planned. I've known about them weeks out, and we've had lots of rehearsals and stuff like that. But the one I got the call about last night is like, it's Saturday, so it's not like a lot of time to prepare and stuff like that. But it's cool. What they finna put over here? Coming soon. I'm finna see. Are they really moving it across the street? They really moving Planet Fitness across the street. I wonder what the reason for that is. They need more space. I'm being nosy. I'm coming to see. Some Planet Fitness. So I guess Planet Fitness is moving across the street. I guess it's a bigger space. Maybe they just needed more space or something. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. But yeah. So I've been back on my playing, and like I said, I got the call for another gig Saturday. So it's like they're starting to come in. I got an offer to join the band that I've been playing with, because I haven't joined. I just been, I don't want to call it filling in, but I mean, I don't know what to call it. But I've been playing with the band, but I haven't joined the band. But I got the offer to join the band. So yeah, like, it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm feeling like going through everything that I went through over the past couple years, and really learning who I am. And that's something that will never stop. I'm going to be constantly learning who I am. But as I've been learning who I am, and working to better myself, be a better person, improving in my personal life, striving to become the best version of myself. Like, everything that I went through, I feel that now it has empowered me, and it's helping me to believe. It's helping me to see that it's possible for me to live the life that I truly want to live. I don't hate my job, right? But I believe and have believed that I'm much bigger than the job that I work. A lot of it is, yes, I do my job and I do it well, but a lot of me still being a part of this is, the lives that I'm able to impact when I'm here. It's not about the work. It's not about the check, because the reality, I don't know. You can't really say that, because everybody makes different amounts or whatever. But I'll just say this. I have the ability, if I wanted to work, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours a day. If I wanted to, I could make 40 hours on a pay period. On a week, 80 hours on a pay period if I wanted to. But I do a little bit more, closer to 20 or less hours a week. And, it's by choice. But I have the option to work more if I want to. But I know that this is not what I want out of life. This is not what I enjoy. This is not what brings me peace. This is not what makes me happy. It became a thing that I had to do to take care of my responsibilities. But what if I was able to take care of my responsibilities doing the things that I love? You know, am I wrong for choosing that? I don't think I'm wrong. I'm asking that question, for y'all. I know I'm not wrong for that. Like, that is what I want. I want to be free. I want to be able to handle my responsibilities, but I want to enjoy my day-to-day. And not like I want to go party every day or nothing like that, but I believe for me now, it's like the wealth will come, right? The wealth is already coming. The wealth is in the relationships, and I've said that before. It's not in the dollars. The wealth is in the relationships. But, excuse me. I used to really, really care about how much money I was making, and not saying that you don't need to make money, or you don't that you shouldn't. I'm not telling you what you should or should not do. What I'm saying is, I've worked jobs since I was 14 or 15. I started at Chick-fil-A in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I've worked all the way from that time in high school till present day. I'm 37, right? Well, there was a period in time in there when I first moved to Georgia that all I was doing was, just being a musician, and I wasn't working a job. But I was barely getting by. But I was in control of my day, in control of my life. I wasn't making the best choices, but I was in control. So fast forward, I got my own place, and I had bills, so I had to find a job. I didn't have a car. Between my mom's friend, a church member, my neighbor, these people were taking me to and from work, or even letting me borrow the car for me to get to work. And it's like, even that stuff, man, when I go back and look at that stuff, like, man, I really didn't have anything, but I had some very loving and kind and generous people around me that, even with me having nothing, they didn't hold it against me. They made themselves available to help me to be successful. And it's like, I could never forget that. That's one reason I that particular neighbor, I still to this day text that neighbor and say, you're my favorite neighbor. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she sacrificed a lot for me, to be successful, and I appreciate that. But so, before that, I wasn't working anywhere. Then I ended up working the jobs and stuff, and just trying to get up and do something. Then I ended up having my first child on the way, and things were getting more and more serious, and so I had to step it up. I had to get out there and work. I had to go for it. And going through all of that and all my life experiences, and like I say, the church hurt and all that kind of stuff, man, it just had me in a space. But I had to work, and I was hating musicianship, but it was a check, so I was like, I need to get this check. I'm gonna keep getting these checks, but I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I was miserable. But like I said, with a lot of that, I never realized that I had some issues that I needed to deal with, but I wasn't ready to face that. I didn't understand that at the time. So, I had to go through all of these things that all of these experiences pushed me in a particular direction, because I wanted freedom from those situations. I wanted freedom from my condition, and I wanted better. I wanted a better life. It pushed me towards things. I started meeting people. I started gaining knowledge. I started beginning to understand, even though I wasn't moving my feet yet. Things were starting to make me ask questions. I wanted to understand. I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know why things were the way they were. And it just pushed me into a place that I continued to push and seek knowledge. And then the knowledge came, and then this was years, and then the pandemic rolls around, and everything shuts down, and I'm at home, and I'm having to really, really deal with myself. And I went through that process to where now I feel that I shared the other day with a friend that I feel like now I'm coming out of my cocoon. I've been in a cocoon for some years, and I've been growing and blossoming into who I am right now. And I'm still going to get better, but for where I am now, I understand the world a lot differently than I once did. And I understand who I am. I know what I'm capable of. And it seems that the opportunities, the blessings have been coming my way. And it's just been one after another, and things have been lining up. Things have been just improving in my life. And it's crazy that now it's like my world is positioning itself to give me the life that I want to live. I'm going to be very close to what I'm currently making on my job. I'm going to be very close. And I'm saying, like, just even over this past weekend, this weekend in 2 days, I made close to what my last couple of 2-week paychecks on the job has been, So, it's just starting to see again and understand, like, this is the life I used to live before I got pulled back into the job, and just, I pretty much been just trapped in job mindset for the past, almost 20 years. So just getting back to the life that I want to live. And I don't know if this video will be beneficial to most or not. I never know until I go back and watch it. But the point that I'm making is positioning myself through experiences, going through things, healing traumas, is positioning me to get back to what I once loved, which was being a musician. And I'm beginning to love it again, and I'm getting the opportunities, and the compensation has been close to, almost equivalent to what I make, to what I make on my job. The job that I have been saying, that I want to be done with by November the 29th. Because on November 30th in 2020, I said 2 years. So November 30th, 2020, 2 years from that, will end on November 29th of 2022. So, it's just about timing and just seeing, though, hey, if I want this, I can have this, but I'm going to have to get out here and get this, and I can't run from this. So the life that you want to live is out there, but you have to first determine what's the life that you want to live, and then think about what are the steps that will get you there, and are you willing to sacrifice to have the life that you want? And is the life that you want solely based on money? That's a question I had to ask myself. Is it solely based on how many dollars I can get paid? Because this is the thing that made me rethink that, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. What happens if the dollar fails? If the money's gone, are you living the life that you want to live? Not for everybody. All right, peace and love, y'all.